All right, let's totally rethink how we look at email. Seriously, forget just sending messages. Think of it like you're an architect and you're building something, a high-performance structure. Today we're going to walk through the actual blueprint for an email program that's clean, predictable, and actually drives the results you want.
Okay, so right off the bat, let's get the single most important thing out on the table. Segmentation, it is not just some clever tactic used now and then. Nope, it's the literal foundation of your entire email channel. It's what decides who sees your message, how inbox providers like Gmail and Outlook feel about you, and at the end of the day, how much money you make.
And that leads to a really important question you've got to ask yourself. Is your program built on solid rock, or is it kind of sitting on crumbling sand? You see, a good, solid segmentation plan keeps your list healthy and your customers happy. A bad one? It just slowly, systematically destroys your ability to even get into the inbox.
So, how do we build on rock? Well, you do it with a proven, scalable system for organizing your entire audience. So let's dive into the master blueprint. This is a method for sorting every single one of your contacts into one of 5 very specific, very strategic buckets. And here it is. This is the master plan, all in one view. The main idea here is actually super simple, but it is so powerful. You never, ever just blast your whole list, ever again. Instead, every single campaign, every automated flow is aimed with purpose at one of these 5 groups. This is how you maximize your impact, and, this is crucial, protect your sender reputation.
All right, time to put on our hard hats and actually start building this thing. We are going to construct this email architecture from the ground up, and we're going to do it by defining each of these 5 core audience segments. This is where that blueprint really starts to come to life. First up, let's head to the penthouse suite of our building, the VIPs. These are your absolute best customers, the folks with the highest lifetime value. They're more than just people who buy stuff. They're your biggest fans, your brand advocates, and every time they open an email, they're sending these powerful positive signals to the inbox providers. So, how do you actually spot a VIP? Well, the blueprint gives us some really clear, simple rules. Have they bought from you at least twice in the last 3 months? Is their total lifetime spending more than 3 times your average order value? Or have they just placed 3 or more orders ever? If they check any of those boxes, boom, they get the VIP treatment. We're talking exclusive campaigns, early access to new stuff, and top priority notifications. Okay, next up is the engine room of your whole email program, the Engaged. This is probably going to be your biggest and most active group. These are the people who are constantly telling the world and the algorithms that your emails are valuable and wanted. They are the single biggest driver of whether you land in the inbox or the spam folder. And the rules for this group are all about recent, positive signs of life. Did they open an email in the last month or so, place an order in the last 2, or even just look at a product or add something to their cart in the last couple of weeks? Yep, these are your people. This is who you target with all your regular campaigns, your new product drops, and all your promotions. Now we have to talk about the people who are maybe starting to drift away a little bit. This is our at-risk segment. These are customers who used to be active, but now they're showing some pretty clear signs that they might be about to churn. Their behavior is different, and we need to jump on it proactively right now. So the whole strategy here is to catch them right when they stop engaging, or, and this is a big one, when they blow past their typical repurchase date. For instance, if you have a customer who usually buys every 45 days, and now it's day 60 and nothing, they're at risk. Hitting them with targeted win-back flows and reminders is honestly one of the most profitable things you can do. The next bucket is unengaged. These are subscribers who have just gone quiet for a while now. And the key move here isn't just about trying to win them back. It's about protecting your sender reputation by pulling them out of your regular high-volume campaigns. We have to isolate them. The rule is simple, and it is strict. No opens or clicks for about 1.5 months, and no purchases for 3 months. That's it. So the main strategy here is exclusion. You stop sending them the daily deals. You only reach out with very specific, very low-frequency win-back attempts. And finally, we have the lapsed segment. Look, these are people who have been unengaged for a really long time. And it is absolutely essential to understand that if you keep emailing these contacts like they're still active, you will actively hurt your sender score. They are a direct threat to the health of your entire program. The timelines here are pretty long. No opens for 3 to 6 months, and no purchases for 4 to 6 months. The action to take then is crystal clear. They must never, ever be included in your regular campaigns.
The real value here is all about prevention, preventing that quiet, slow death of your sender score by managing this group properly. Okay, so let's just put it all together for a second. This table sums up the strategic job of each bucket perfectly. Your engaged group drives you into the inbox. VIPs drive customer lifetime value. At risk is all about recovering revenue. And then unengaged and lapsed, they're your defense. They protect your reputation. See? Every single segment has a very clear job to do.
But here's where we make a really important pivot in how we think about this. A high-performance system isn't just about who you talk to. You know, great architecture is also defined by who you don't let in the door. It's about building walls and guardrails to protect the entire structure.
And that brings us to the essential guardrails. I want you to think of suppression lists not as some kind of penalty box, but as the active safety features of your building. They're like the firewalls and the emergency exits that protect your sender reputation and make sure your messages actually get to the people who want to see them.
Now, the two most critical guardrails are completely non-negotiable. First, anybody who has ever hard bounced. Emailing them again is basically the loudest negative signal you can possibly send to an inbox provider. And second, inactive non-openers. These are the people who signed up and then crickets, zero interest. After you send them 5 emails and get 0 opens, they just become dead weight, dragging your reputation down.
And finally, your protection system is made complete by always universally excluding 3 other groups. Anyone who's unsubscribed, that's just a legal and ethical must-do. Anyone who marked you as spam, that's a huge reputation signal you can't ignore. And anyone who's temporarily undeliverable, just to keep your list hygiene squeaky clean.
So, we've laid the foundation, we've built the structure, and now it is time for the final inspection. Let's go through a quick checklist together to see if your email architecture is truly sound and actually built to last.
Just ask yourself these 5 questions. Can you honestly say yes to all of them? Does every single customer you have fit neatly into one of these buckets? Are your main campaigns going only to your best audiences? Are you systematically keeping the quiet ones out of those sends? Are you actively trying to save your at-risk customers? And are you really giving your VIPs the special treatment they deserve? Because when you can say yes to all of those questions, this is what happens. This is the outcome. You stop doing that reactive, hope-and-pray email blasting, and you move to a predictable, scalable system. And the result? Consistently high deliverability, customers who stick around and keep buying, and revenue that just grows predictably over time.
So there it is, the architectural approach to building a truly world-class email program. You literally have the complete blueprint now, so the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?